So here we go, game number 1. And I am very curious to see how this performs because I have not gotten to cast a Battle Boots doubles game
haven't either.
yet. So shout out to zyder for giving me that opportunity here, and we'll see how it plays out. I think theoretically it has a lot of strength in team combos, and I also think theoretically it has a lot of weaknesses in team combos that are the same as Lance, where you travel really far forward in a single direction and can potentially, you know, cause issues for your teammates by just overextending with the attacks. So seeing how prepared people are for that is going to be half the battle, as zyder gets that side air thing and just does a great job knocking out Delta's first stock. And this could be zyder getting a double ground pound on the boots himself. And so far, it's been all zyder here on the Tesca.
Yeah, there's that unofficial double coming through. Kresuu.
Oh, the dare?
Oh, zyder just coming in.
Delta's gone? Oh, Kresuu gets the neutral sig, and zyder travels all the way down. Oh, I think Kresuu just took down his teammate. Yeah, zyder goes down to an X dare.
That
I think
was
Kresuu's
probably
gone as well.
one of those situations where that ends up being worth it in the end, because zyder already had a pretty solid amount of damage on his stock.
It would have been worth it if he got what he was going for.
He was also able to put out so much damage onto both TM and Delta in the process. Like, you see, Delta is in danger of losing second stock, being put on final way earlier than everyone else, and there you go. That was due largely in part to the damage that zyder was able to put out. And Kresuu, there we go! We see the neutral signature. Kresuu knows what to do right away.
I wonder if the setups that Kresuu and zyder have are different depending on the Sair that zyder chose. I think that was active input Sair that went into the neutral sig, which is the weaker one technically in terms of knockback.
I think probably he was good with the neutral signature.
You think it just would have worked
either way?
Yeah, I'm just curious because it's something that I haven't really thought about since boots are like the first weapon where you can be like, how hard do I want to hit my opponent in this direction?
I'm sure that they have their own 2v1 combo that is very much like, oh, this is the time that you're going to put active input on your move, and here's the time you're not going to put it. But I think that was just Kresuu going for the move that was going to pick up virtually no matter what with the signature
And it was
ending.
a great pickup, and now they've got themselves in a lead here. Although it's 2 stocks to 2. Delta, danger of going down here, but he manages to cover his head with that nair. Does it again. Sidelight gets through as well. And TM has zyder off the side of the stage. Went for a fast fall read, doesn't get it. And Kresuu with the down sig ends up taking Delta here. And zyder and Kresuu might be taking game number 1 over the team that I had picked to win.
Now, if we're looking at just raw placements here recently, of course, zyder and Kresuu, we mentioned, got 7th at Worlds. TM and Delta got 9th. So if we're looking at just that alone, zyder and Kresuu could come out on top here, especially when you add up possible matchup inexperience, given that we haven't seen any Tesca in 2s. Even though people are playing Tesca in 1s, nobody may know how you really play Tesca in 2s or how against Tesca in 2s.
By people, you mean Machete.
Yes.
Like there's not too much of it. And the people that are playing it tend to be those kind of like jack of all trades weapon specialists anyways. Like to see zyder actually picking up the Tesca going into game number 1 and winning with that, and then forcing Delta onto what appears to be the Zol is quite impressive. I think zyder had he had 4 KOs that game, but only like 376 damage. So he wasn't doing a ton of damage, but when he was getting his hits, he was getting those knockouts, and then Kresuu was just tacking on tons and tons of damage with the axe and the spear. So now we've got Delta replying in kind with the highest force legend in the game, Zol, coming out here for game number 2.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit of Cannon today. We've seen a little bit of Amethyst. Now Delta coming in, showing how he is going to play this Zol. But again, Delta taking the brunt of the damage compared to everyone else in the game. It's not insurmountable by any means, as Kresuu's starting to take a little bit more damage as well. Both members of the red team off the stage. zyder's going to get back, but his landing was punished hard. Almost gets the follow-up there, and he autopilots it, taking out his teammate.
All right, he does make up for it with that Sair, and he could get that down into weapon throw. Delta goes for the edge guard. He's got it.
Nice.
Down air gets it, and that's a good cleanup from a bad situation because team combo, sidelight, nair again, recovery.
This is huge.
So much damage on the zyder there. That's huge coming from what was almost a devastating situation because that team knockout came from Delta accidentally pivoting his Sair and not getting the knockout onto an opponent. So it was like a whole series of unfortunate events that led into, honestly, them getting a really great lead.
Before that D-Sig that came out from Kresuu, TM and zyder were on the same damage, but zyder is about to lose second stock, being put on to final. He's going to have to find some big stuff here if he wants to to keep himself in this game. That means a lot of damage has to come out. There we see Kresuu not do what TM actually did with his Lance and autopilot KOing his team. The D-Light hit his teammate, so he moved away from that. Big side air. Oh, he tried to grab the neutral signature to pick up Kresuu in the air. Gets through that. That's going to stop the momentum, but that's not terrible because that side air was not going to KO by any means.
Yeah, it's up for debate, right? Because you could have him off the side of the stage, and while he's recovering, you focus on the 1v2. I think overall that weapon toss was unfortunate, but they still got the damage through, and so one more zyder would do it. Zyder gets that neutral light, hits both his teammate and his opponent. TM throws his axe over his head to be able to cover his landing, and Kresuu gets the dare neutral light, hitting both opponents on the blue team. And this could be a huge opportunity here, but the red team split.
Nice.
Ground pound hits on one end. Can they get Kresuu on the other? Nice interrupt, and that's going to be the stock, and now it's 4 stocks to 1, and zyder destroyed in this game 2. And the Nair chain just starts. I thought they were just going to start laddering it until the DI came through. Sidelight, Nair again, downlight afterwards. Delta gets the recovery.
Oh, Delta!
Holy
What
cow.
is he doing? That was amazing. All of that damage that he put out, but especially that force. That's really the reason that that recovery was able to KO off the top. It's that high strength of Zal.
We're going to get that ground pound on the edge here, and then right afterwards, that was sick.
What a pickup.
Being able to catch that on the ground, and just TM and Delta's positioning in general to where one of them can lose out in neutral and still be in position. Yeah, he was in orange, and I think he just gets recovered.
Yeah. He's in orange, man. He was 2 hits into orange. There was a Nair, and then there was a D-Light. And then all of a sudden, that recovery came out, picked up like 1.5 to 2 jump heights up, and with the strength of Zal, KO'd off the top, even on Demon Island.
Yeah. Yeah, we're starting to see Nair's hitting pretty well. It's not like it's gotten a huge damage change, but just being able to have that extra stun and doubles is so huge for the follow-up. Even if all you're doing is chaining axe Nairs, it's a hard-hitting move, even if it does not hit you very far away. Delta goes in. I wonder if he went go for a ground pound there instead of that down signature. But this opens up pretty close on both sides. Who will go down first, Kresuu or TM? I'm curious.
Oh, he picked up the second one there as well.
Oh,
zyder is grabbing so many multiple opponent hits.
Yeah.
Because Kresuu is just sending them into zyder. Great placement.
Uses that side air to travel forward. Oh, he dive kicks. Okay, he clipped the cannon ground pound with the edge of the boots recovery.
I thought he wasn't going to be able to find priority there. I thought Delta was going to release it in time to get sort of that blast before it auto releases.
Right. But the reach of the boots recovery caught him off guard, and now zyder on the ground hits that side light. Neutral light comes in from Kresuu. Nice interrupt there, and zyder ends up kicking it with that downlight. Looks for the downlight once again. Kresuu walks forward with the side light. Zyder just kicks through with the side signature. Can't find anything, but he's definitely trying to hit the opponents for punishing Kresuu's side light openers, and it's working out. He still hasn't gone down. Really making up for the last game. That ground pound misspaced, goes down to the recovery, but Delta in the meantime goes down to Kresuu, and the red team has a 4-3 stock lead.
There's a weapon spawn on the field. Delta's looking to grab it. Zyder tossed his gauntlets away.
To go for it, yeah.
Wasn't able to grab it in time. The cannon actually came out for Delta. TM is going to swap the weapon out there. That means in this 1v2, Zyder's at the weapon disadvantage. What a pickup!
So crazy.
He moved down just enough to be able to pick that one up with the GC side signature.
Off the starlight Nair. We're seeing lots of examples where that extra stun in Nair matters. He looked at that and he went, oh, I know that you're going for sidelight Nair, that I can commit to something as crazy as gravity cancel side sig on Zol and still have it connect. Huge damage coming out on Zyder, but TM goes down and Delta could go down right afterwards. Oh, Zyder dips low. No. Okay, stuff to recovery. He doesn't get the pick up on the axe weapon throw right afterwards though. And Zyder versus Delta. This is scary. They have to take Zyder down, get Kresuu stock off the screen during the time that Zyder comes back from that respawn.
Nice.
All right, here's the opportunity. Delta instead gets the friendly fire, and that's probably the worst thing that's the worst thing that could have happened, right? You get stuck in the Zol neutral sig animation on your teammate. That's like 90 frames that you're just sitting there inactionable. And now TM has to fight the 1v2 where he just gets sared, has to avoid a weapon throw. This could be it. D-like ground pound, and Zyder takes it to game 4 with a 2-1 lead, really making up for how much he got demolished in game 2.
Kaza, we don't have a 3-0.
We don't.
For the first time on this broadcast, we do not have a 3-0. Beautiful punish there from Kresuu that came out, because that did ultimately change the game. He didn't just go in with an axe neutral light from the middle of the stage to pick up anything. He picked up the right option using the side signature.
Yeah, really, really well played. And The match point is in favor of the team that I was sleeping on a little bit, and that is zyder and Kresuu. The 7th place placers at the World Championship are 1 game away from knocking TM and Delta into the elimination bracket to get into winner side top 8, and it is a hard-fought match so far, to be sure. Zyder not going back to anything more tried and true now that his back is against the wall. He's sticking with oh, sorry, I misunderstood. Their back's not against the wall. They're winning pretty hard with it. Yeah, he might do that if it goes to game 5, but I think that the Tetsuka is playing out really, really well. That being said, Delta and TM have some pretty sick axe combos going on right now that led them into 1 knockout. Let's see if Zyder can get the revenge knockout. Oh, he threw that weapon all the way under the side of the stage. TM stuck underneath. Has to Sair dodge? No, dodge Sair. He's still surviving. But
that's going to bonk him on the head. Good full team wipe there for the red team. Again, zyder acting as sort of the tank for the team, doing a solid amount of damage, at least if we're looking at last game as an indicator. Let's see if TM's Ulgrim Axe can do what it needs to do. They have to take away this stock of zyder. They've been unable to do it. He goes for the D-Light and doesn't choose to go into the Nair.
Oh, the sidelight actually caught off the neutral light, but he didn't get the hit afterwards. Ground pound forces the dodge from Kresuu. Oh, weapon throw pickup
nice
there.
Cleanup.
Means that Kresuu goes on to 1 stock, and TM and Delta are in a pretty good lead here.
Yeah, all of a sudden, the survivability of zyder, like you said earlier in the broadcast, it almost doesn't matter if they're able to bully Kresuu out of the game. We were talking about... we were talking about the simple Heisen
on the stage. Neutral light hits. Gravity kills a down light down air into weapon throw. Delta 0 to deaths. Kresuu there on game number 4. And zyder's got 2 stocks to his name to fight against the 4 of TM and Delta. Side air into Sair. Look at that. TM just carrying zyder even further across the stage. Weapon throw narrowly dodged, but doesn't matter. Down sig blasts him off the top of the stage. And now we get to have the opportunity for a TM and Delta team combo highlight, Sparky. Let's see it. Side air goes straight up into the down air, and zyder just says, I'd rather not.
Yep. that one's over. He was looking at 4 stocks on this blue team. Great team play.
Yeah. Great
team play coming out from them. Just completely bullying Kresuu out of the game. He was stuck on 185 damage.
Rough.
They did what a previous opponent wanted to do when they tried to bully Simple and then tried to bully Heisen out of the game.
And so looking at this graph here, there's just this really tight moment of time actually for Kresuu where 2 stocks just disappear right off the back because that last stock was Delta on cannon, taking Kresuu from the left side of the stage, carrying him to the right, then carrying him to the left, and then blasting him off the bottom, right? Like, it was amazing. It was every cannon player's dream there on how to play cannon and win. And now they're bringing it to a game number 5 where it is anybody's game, Sparky.
First game 5 we have, after seeing so many 3-0s, and it's 2 teams that we would expect to be really close if we're just looking again at those world placements. We have a team that got 9th coming in from TM and Delta, and a team that got 7th coming in from Kresuu and zyder. So they're like right there with each other, neck and neck.
Oh, that zyder gets caught by the neutral light. Delta goes right back over for the edge guard here. Okay, zyder there with the gauntlets okay, can he get back to the stage? Recovers, tries to get back, and that nair will hit, and TM with no weapon can go down here, Sparky. I think that's it. Ground pound hits.
That was zyder being really mature and patient and waiting for that so he could find that guaranteed ground pound rather than just ripping it early, being like, oh, you better be scared, I'm right here.
Oh. Delta gets D-Light recovery by zyder. Zyder can't get a weapon. Neutral light ground pound. Oh, that's it. Delta gets the dare. Ground pound again. Delta goes in for the weapon throw dare. And Kresuu goes down, saving him. Delta's crazy good. That was amazing.
That was worth it even without Kresuu falling there.
That was off of... yeah, I mean, with Kresuu falling there, that might as well just be the game. I mean, let's see if they can bring it back from that. But Kresuu just took a ton of damage. And Delta with the cannon edge guard there, I can't believe my eyes, Sparky. I'm still like... I mean, the game's still going on right now, but I'm like, wow. Anyways, let's focus on what they can do to come back here as Delta... Oh, no. Is he going to get another edge guard here? D-Light, ground pound, zyder didn't even touch. Doesn't matter.
Please.
He's so good, Sparky. Delta's so good.
You called zyder Zelda earlier, and Kresuu needed to be the link to protect him because he was done.
I was hoping that nobody
was done.
I was just hoping you wouldn't say anything. Dude, okay.
I was waiting for it.
Here's what it was. Zyder
In Delta.
In Delta.
No, I
Okay,
understand.
okay.
I understand.
Because when I said that, I was like, that is quite the caster flub. I was like, I don't even want to bring attention to that.
Oh,
Look
the
at
edge
this.
guards, dude.
Bonk. Does he get the dare afterwards? The Kresuu was just down there. And he gets hit by, that's what he got hit by. He got hit by the weapon through the TM. TM was just kind of like, all right, bro, you're good. You're off the side of the stage. And then the D, like, you let zyder touch the stage. Your plays around the boots recovery, knowing that he doesn't have line of sight. I know that zyder's like legs were above the stage, but the way we're gonna see this edge guard here for Kresuu. Yeah. So the way that it works in Brawlhalla is that if you are putting on a move that looks like it should hit, if your character can't like see them, like their eye line's not above the stage, it's not gonna hit. He gets on stage, plays around that, basically getting like invulnerability with his downlight since the boots at recovery can't hit anyways, gets the ground pound, and he doesn't even care that he gets his jumps back because he can just D-like ground pound him again. Look at that stock from zyder.
Yep, that middle stock.
That was from Delta's cannon. Holy cow.
That's this one right here.
That's called being ground pounded 3 times from cannon into losing that stock. And then Kresuu just kind of like...
And then this is where that save happened.
Oh, Kresuu...
Oh, no, this is where it happened.
Kresuu really made that stock count until that moment, and then it all just fell apart.